Madrid end up comfortably beating Kairat Almaty away from home 5-0, thanks to, in large parts, as per usual this season, Kylian Mbappe, who once again not only got onto the score sheet, and he has got onto the score sheet in every single game he's played in September, the whole month, every game he's played, whether it was for France or Real Madrid, he has scored in every single game, but he ended up with a phenomenal hat-trick. Now I say phenomenal. First goal was a penalty, not all that great, but as we saw quite often last year, just getting a penalty means nothing because Vinny can step up and miss, Jude can step up and miss, Kylian Mbappe himself can step up and miss. But you still need to finish the penalty, and Mbappe has been on form this year with his pens, and he ended up putting that into the back of the net. Then Thibaut Courtois steps up. Of all the players on the pitch, Thibaut Courtois assumes the role of Arda Guler and steps up to assist Kylian Mbappe with a clearance that leads to so much space, so much time. Like, why that half of the pitch was just completely empty, I don't know. But Kylian Mbappe found himself getting on the end of a clearance and phenomenally chipping the goalkeeper for 2-0. And I didn't celebrate the goal because I was like, there's no way. There is no way on earth my man is onside. Because like, how can he be onside? There is so much space. The whole other half of the pitch is open. There is no way he was onside for Thibaut's clearance. He was probably just walking back mad slow and ended up on the end of the pass, but it's going to be chalked off. But then it ended up just being onside and 2-0. Or was it 2-0? I don't remember the order of the goals. But then the third goal was quite phenomenal. After some fantastic work from Rodrygo on the left, who had a great game, but I'm not going off on Rodrygo. I'm not going off on anyone. I'm praising Kylian Mbappe, and we're going to talk about Kylian Mbappe because he deserves it. But after this, I'm not praising anyone because, to be completely honest, all I want to talk about and all I want to get into is Atletico Madrid and what's been happening at Real Madrid these past few days. Because I've not been making videos for a few days now, but I've been watching. And I've been watching my team play, and I've been watching games. And I am as fuming and as angry and as irritated and as annoyed as every Madridista is after the weekend's result. So we're not going to be praising anyone, and we're not going to be praising Rodrygo either. Because in all fairness to Kairat Almaty, the level of opposition needs to be taken into consideration here. I don't care how good he played or how well he done. We're not going off on praise after the performance we just had at the weekend where we got embarrassed. Embarrassed in a derby where it didn't look like we were going to win at any point, or even that we wanted to win. I don't want to do any of that. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to try to do, and I know it's not going to work, but I'm going to try to not think about anything else right now except for this game and this performance. But I still refuse to praise Rodrygo or any of those players. No one deserves praise for this performance against, in fairness to Kairat Almaty, the level of opposition they are facing. This is a result and a performance that should have happened anyway. We're not praising anyone for doing what they needed to do or what should have been done or what's expected of them. Especially after the performance we just had at the weekend, where you're not expected to win every game, especially against the big teams, but at the very, very least, you're expected to show attitude and hunger and desire. And that's for the players. As far as Xabi Alonso is concerned, you're expected to make the correct decisions. You're in that hot seat to make the correct decisions. But anyway, I'm going off on something I don't want to go off right now. I said I wouldn't do it and I just went straight away and did it. This is a topic for another video. We'll get into this some other day. For now, focusing on this. Camavinga came on after Kylian Mbappe scored his goal, thanks to some good work from Rodrygo on the left. And once again, thanks to some good work from Rodrygo on the left, he ended up picking up a goal and getting on the score sheet, which is not going to do major things, but it's always nice, right? Coming back from an injury, it's always nice to just kind of get on the score sheet. Camavinga's never been one to really get goals anyway, but it's definitely going to help coming back from injury to just be like, I'm back, or I'm back on the score sheet, or I'm back to help my team, which is exactly what I want to be doing. And probably the most frustrating thing when you're injured, the fact that you're on the sideline and you can't help your team when you know you are what your team currently needs, or you can make a difference for your team. And then finally, thanks to some great work from Camavinga in regards to his pass, both in terms of accuracy and power, because he had a gap to get it through, but that pass needed to be precise and it needed to be powerful, and he needed to rely on his teammate receiving the pass to be able to control it. All three things happened. The pass was beautiful, the pace and power on it was perfect. Jude Bellingham is that good and that quality that with that one touch, he not only controlled the ball, but got it through to Gonzalo Garcia, who opened up, turned, found Brahim Diaz, who found the bottom corner, 5-0 Real Madrid. comfortable. Very well, in the end, scoreline comfortable. The game wasn't too problematic, except for the fact that we kicked off and within 10 seconds, Thibaut Courtois had to make a save, which is becoming a habit Real Madrid are making that I'm not really a fan of, but it just seems like it's becoming tradition at this point. It just seems like within the first 60 seconds of every single game, Thibaut Courtois has to make a save. I mean, I don't know why, but it just always happens. Regardless of the opposition, competition, level, it don't matter. That always happens. But yeah, nothing more to really say. We are we're not 6 from 6. We are 2 from 2 in the Champions League. We have picked up 2 victories, which is all you can really ask for. The Marseille game you can't really look at. We were down to 10 men. But even when we weren't down to 10 men, Marseille looked very, very good. They were a very good team and they caused us a lot of issues. And even when we went down to 10 men, they looked like they had every opportunity to get back into that game. But we got away with the victory. Here today, even though Kairat Almaty had an odd opportunity here or there, we ended up with a victory. I've got to be honest, I would have preferred some more rotation. I would have definitely preferred more rotation going into this game. I would have preferred Rodrygo starting over Vinny. I would have preferred Camavinga starting over Tchouameni and those two getting a rest. Besides that, I'm happy. I'm actually very, very happy Alaba got minutes and a start, because I think after the performance we put in on the weekend, we need to make changes and we need to start utilising our more experienced players more. And Alaba is definitely that. He might not be the player he once was, but he's still got that voice. He's still got that commanding presence. He's still got that expectation. And one of my favourite things about Alaba is how much he talks when he plays and when he's on that pitch. When he commands the back line, when he shifts people around, when he tells people to move up, or when he tells people to occupy certain positions. His talking and how vocal he is in the game and on that pitch is something our young and right now inexperienced and problematic squad, especially after the result we had, and I only say this because of the result we just had against Atletico, very, very much needs. So I'm very, very happy he got a performance and had a good game. And Carreras also got a rest after. Again, you know what, I'm not even going to talk about it. I was going to say, again, because he wasn't good at all against Atletico, it's good that he got a rest and just got some minutes off the pitch, because he's been playing every single minute of every game till now. And but more so than that, and because I don't want to talk about that, I'm more happy that Fran Garcia got minutes. Fran Garcia was phenomenal at the Club World Cup, but ever since Carreras has been involved and been at the club, he hasn't got a look in at any game time. So I'm glad he actually got some game time, more than I care about Carreras at this point, because Carreras has annoyed me like a lot of the players have annoyed me. So we're not even going to get into him. But yeah, we have one more game coming up before the international break. Because of that loss against Atletico, we can't finish this little period of games before the international break top, because it doesn't rely on us. It relies on on Barcelona and what they do. But what we can do is finish these round of games and our last game before the break with a victory and at least be 1 point behind Barcelona as opposed to 2 or 3. But anyway, I am going to call the video there. Thanks for watching and peace.